we have 2 3 round finishes, so I would be very happy with at least a second round finish this time.
The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description. All right, Cam, you're in Las Vegas, back in Las Vegas. That's like your second home now, right? It's
Yeah, we've been here. This is the third time in the last what, like 7 months, 8 months. So yeah, it's been now my second home. So but I'm so happy to be back here in Vegas. It's absolutely amazing. We just moved into the Athletes Hotel here at New York, and I'm happy to be here.
nice. Is that the first time in New York, New York?
Yeah, first time, and it's a very nice hotel, so I'm really enjoying it. We were at the Palace Station for the Contender Series, and then so this is definitely an upgrade from that. that.
Have you gone to the arena yet?
So we can actually see the arena from here. Obviously, with my debut, I have been at the arena,
Yeah.
but we haven't been there since. So yeah, we'll probably get the opportunity in fight week.
Let's get
Yeah.
to your debut, man. 282. What did you
Yeah.
learn going through that experience of a major pay-per-view fight week?
Yeah, it's like like I've said before as well. The whole experience was quite overwhelming the first time. A lot of boxes needed to be ticked in fight week as well, in terms of obligations before the fight, which can be quite intimidating, especially if you see the guys that you share the card with. So it's definitely just focusing on the task at hand, and making sure we go through all the peak sessions, make sure we go through the weight cut properly, and just focusing on optimizing our performance come fight night. So I think I'm used to the arena now. I'm used to the procedures beforehand, and I think it's just going to be a better turnout this time around.
Your performance, that made it back-to-back third round finishes. Is there something to that with those types of finishes in the third round?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and better on that for sure. I don't want to create a habit of doing that, but I think in my last two fights, I fought very good guys. I think Joshua Kim and Stephen Kozler. I think they are pretty underrated in terms of what they bring to the table. In Kim, it was just an absolute clinical stand-up fighter, which is he was known for that, and he had an amazing amateur and professional record. Same with Stephen Kozlow, just being an absolute wizard on the ground. So, solving the puzzles took maybe longer than I would have hoped, but at the end of the day, we solved the puzzles, and not only getting finishes, but a bonus winning performances as well. So, I will look to get out of there much quicker, because I'm looking not only for a win but for a finish as well. But really, just going in there knowing that we have 3 rounds in the gas tank is also a great place to be.
Yeah, you faced like two specialists, but on different sides of the spectrum in skill set, and yeah, and you figured them out, man. Is that something that you're really proud of the last performances? Is being able to figure out these specialists with the style that you have?
Most definitely, without a doubt, and that's all credit to my team. Team CIT back in South Africa, we have absolute savages training with us every single day. So it's just we are ready to take the fight anyway. Obviously, I enjoy a good stand-up fight, but we are prepared everywhere, and we are prepared to finish the fight anyway, no matter where it goes. And that's just, it speaks volume, not only of my teammates but also of my coaching staff at Team CIT. Our head coach Morne Visser, is an absolute wizard when it comes to game planning and adapting to fights in between rounds. So it's just always, let's go out there, let's see what our opponents gives us, and work with that.
How were you physically coming out of that last fight?
Physically amazing, actually. That was one of the fights where in terms of damage, that was one of my best fights. After the Wong Kim fight, I put up a brave face, but my shins were quite badly hurt after that fight, so I had to take off quite a bit of time. After the last fight, I took off 2 weeks, and just got to enjoy Christmas and my birthday. But in terms of damage done and injuries and stuff like that, I was ready to jump back into fight camp immediately, and that's exactly what we did.
Did you get an offer like right away after the last fight?
It was very quick after the last fight. I would say just like over that holiday period, we quickly got the offer again, and then we jumped on that opportunity. Obviously, with a massive pay-per-view event like we are heading into, it's hard to say no, and I'm very glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, and I feel like this matchup, this opponent coming up is probably going to be the most exciting opponent. You know what I mean? His style is very unique. What are your thoughts on him and the matchup?
Yeah, Mana Martinez is an absolute. He's a great stand-up fighter. I think there is a lot of question marks around his wrestling and ground game. I would say, I was supposed to fight one of the guys that he has fought before in Ronnie Lawrence. So doing my homework on that fight, I was scheduled to take. I saw a lot of holes in his game, but just like I said, I enjoy a good stand-up fight. I wanna fight the best guys in the world, and I want to beat them at their best aspects as well. So, coming into this fight, I know that he has very good dynamic stand-up. He's also a very patient fighter, very level-headed. He picks his shots very well, but I do think we will have some surprises in the bags when it comes to the stand-up exchanges.
He has 3 fights in the UFC. He has 2 wins. Both of the wins are by split decision. So when you look at that and dissect it, you kind of see a guy that knows how to win rounds in many ways. Kind of gets the edge up, right? Did you see that in his performances?
Yeah, most definitely. That's basically what I mean by him being patient. He is super calculated in his striking, in how he mixes up his shots, and he does enough to walk away with the rounds. I do not fight like that. I'm gonna be coming out looking for a finish, and that's definitely what's gonna happen come fight night.
Training camp. How do you normally structure your weeks for preparation? Do you just go day by day or how do you do that?
So I am very lucky that usually every single year we kickstart the year on our coach's farm, where we do like a pre-season running for about a week. Every day we run, climb out hills, mountains. We run up in a very high elevation in a part of South Africa, which is quite intense. This time we didn't get that opportunity to do that just because we had to jump into camp very quickly. But we do anywhere between, I would say, 13 to 16 sessions a week, which is quite structured in strength and conditioning, grappling. And then we obviously have our mix up sessions as well, like sparring and MMA. So just falling back into that routine was quite easy because I must honestly say, even if we're not in camp, we train like that every single week. So it was just focusing on honing in that routine, getting back onto the diet, obviously, because after going into the celebratory 2 weeks, it was also Christmas and my birthday. So I picked up a lot of weight, and I enjoyed having like three breakfasts and then two lunches and two dinners. So just focusing on getting the diet back down to a reasonable calories, and obviously just getting back into that routine of training was very easy. And luckily, like I said, the guys at Team CIT, we have a bunch of killers there that are training right through the year, so it was very easy to just get the band back together after the holiday season.
At your age, it's probably a little bit easier compared to like other guys that are a little bit older to put on the weight and take it back off, right?
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I think this is also my eighth professional fight. Before that, I had seven amateur fights, and before that, we had countless, K1 kickboxing, grappling events as well. So, with every one of that I had to make weights. I've never missed weights. So it's just my body remembers, we need to start cutting calories, we need to start losing weight. And I think you can see it in the face, we're getting skinny. So it's getting, we also understand our bodies better with every fight camp as well. So it's just focusing on, just perfecting that craft, and it gets easier. Well, it doesn't get easier, but we are understanding it better, and hopefully, not hopefully, we will make weights, but hopefully we can have a better performance than the last one.
After you got the finish in your last fight and you were sitting there with your coaches, it seemed like you were somewhat disappointed in something. What was going on there?
Yeah, I was honestly, I was disappointed in the knee, in the illegal knee. I was just mad at myself because I didn't want there to be any question marks surrounding my performance. So I am very hard and critical of my performances, and it's just one of those things that. We got the finish. I think I deserve the win. I deserve the finish, and I deserve the bonus without a doubt. It was just I was quite mad at myself for allowing that to happen. I'll make sure that does not happen again. But looking back at that, I was just like, okay, it was a massive moment for myself. There was a big part of me that was super relieved. But yeah, I think I was very critical, and I think I'll keep on doing that. It's gonna keep me accountable for stuff like that, to make sure that doesn't happen again. And come fight night, I'll show you guys again that I deserve to be here, and I'll walk away with another finish.
That's what you're expecting is maybe a first round finish in this one coming up, or a second round, or do you expect to
Let's let
go?
let's we have 2 3 round finishes, so I would be very happy with at least a second round finish this
Mhm.
time.
That's a pretty that's yeah, you're the last performances, man, that you've had have been phenomenal. What do you think of Jon Jones returning, man? It's the headliner of this show, and there's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of eyes, what I mean, which draws a lot of eyes to you as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Like I said, it's a massive honor for me to be part of this fight night, of this event. So it's going to be amazing. I'm a massive Jon Jones fan. I was super surprised when he came out as a betting underdog, and it just, I think that just speaks as well. I think people forgot how good Jon Jones really is, and as a massive fan, I might be a bit biased, but I'm going to be backing him in that main event. I think he has everything it takes to not only come back as one of the most dominant champions, which he already is, but I think he can get it done against Gon, and I think he can finish it as well. So it's a great fight. The amount of time he has been off is obviously a massive question mark, but he is one of the best ever for a reason. I think he can come back and get it done.
Hey, March 4th, man, UFC 285 in Las Vegas. Go in the descriptions, download the AllStar app. Cameron, thank you so much, man, for the time and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to fight night. Thank you guys so much for the support.